What's up, world? I am the Swamee. This is a reaction video to Game 1 of the 2019 NBA Finals. Toronto with a pretty decisive victory over Golden State. It's going to kind of be a quick video, but I'm going to try to do one of these for every game that we have in the NBA Finals. You can check me out on Twitter at SezSwamee, SezSwamee. I do my tweets. I do all those other Twitter things. And you can check me out there as well. But I'm doing this reaction video just sort of as a response to what I saw for Game 1. Now, initially, as I tweeted earlier on in the week, I had the Raptors winning in 7. I think from a DNA standpoint, they're built to beat Golden State, as Milwaukee was as well. There's a blueprint to beat Golden State. There always has been. It's just that teams have never tried to do it and never have tried to put the personnel together to do it, except for a few teams. Milwaukee, Memphis. At the time, a couple years ago, Memphis was primed to do that, and now Toronto. You need to have length, particularly on the perimeter, size, to chase them off the three-point line and to harass their backcourt. And you need to have a big man who has an offensive presence to make them pay for the small ball that they play. Everybody tries to talk about the revolutionizing that Golden State has done in the game, the way that they play, the 3-point laden offense, how they make everything small. They have like Draymond sometimes running at the 5, or has revolutionized the league and changed the league. It was done before in Phoenix. It was called small ball. The problem is that the reason why it didn't revolutionize the game when it was done in Phoenix decades ago was because you had big men who knew how to play the game offensively. You had big men with skills. Those skills would make you pay for going small on the other end of the court. Yeah, you can hit threes, but now that guy has to guard Shaq, has to guard Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and his barbecue chicken. That's how you beat small ball. That's how you beat the spread 4 and spread 5. That's how you beat them on the other end of the court. Get them in foul trouble. To see how many three-pointers you hit in the fourth quarter after a 7-foot has been leaning on you for 36 straight minutes. Instead of doing that, the league now has been trying to out Golden State. Oh, we got to shoot threes too. You're playing in a Golden State's game. You will lose. You will lose. Toronto is built to beat Golden State. The way that they're built to beat Golden State was shown tonight in Game 1. Their bigs completely destroyed Golden State. Golden State has no answer for Marc Gasol or Siakam. Siakam, if he's going to score 30 points, again, this series is over. I'm talking sweep. Again, I thought Raptors would win in 7. Not so much because of, again, the DNA that I just talked about, because I think that, or at least I thought that being at the finals for the first time would kind of wear on them a little bit. Their nerves would get them. And the wily veterans of Golden State would be able to capitalize on that. But I felt that the backcourt, particularly Steph, has a history of folding under the big stage. And I thought that without Kevin Durant, that would be the Achilles heel, the Curry's heel for Golden State. And he's going to throw the ball into the crowd, throw behind the back pass into the fifth row again, miss a dunk at the end of the game again, miss 15 layups. Clay will go cold again at the worst time. Although I'm starting to like Clay more and more because I feel like he keeps getting shunned. He's the redheaded middle child, stepchild of the band of warriors. But nonetheless, if you're relying on those two, they're gonna fade on you because you live by the 3, you die by the 3. Toronto's built for the 3. Now if you put KD in, yeah, you get the security blanket back, but that does not deal with the defense you need to play on the front court of Toronto. Siakam and Gasol. They can keep doing what they're doing. And if you're going to put little dudes on them, barbecue chicken all day. That's why I think if Golden State is going to win this series, a key is actually going to be Boogie. Got to put Boogie on Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol's not going to move around a lot. So you can hide Cousins out on Marc Gasol. And you can make Marc work on the other end. You also will force Toronto's defense to collapse around Boogie. And that might give Curry and Clay a little bit more breathing room than they're going to get because they're getting swarmed. That's going to hurt Clay more than Steph because Clay doesn't have the ball handling to free himself and get a shot off as well as Steph has. As well as Steph does. But Clay's got to score over 25 points for them to win. Curry's got to get around 30. They've got to get their turnovers to, I would say, under 5 or 6. But they're going to get turnovers. Why? Because they're getting pressed. They're getting pressed. Full court pickup on defense. Hard, aggressive traps at the half-court line. Especially with Marc Gasol. Swamee salute to Marc Gasol on defense. Irritating. Getting under Steph Curry's skin on that trap. Getting those hands up, blocking those passing lanes. Swamee salute to Siakam for his performance, particularly offensively. If he's going to win the matchup between him and Draymond, series is over. So, I thought Toronto was going to win game 1. I thought Golden State was going to be a little rusty. But I thought it was going to be the rust really being the reason why the Raptors. Did I say Spurs? I hope I didn't. But I thought it was the Golden State rust that was going to be the real reason for the win by the Raptors in game 1. Again, I have the Raptors winning in 7. If KD comes back, I don't think that's really going to change things that much. Kawhi didn't have a great game. None of the stars really had a great game. It was Siakam and Gasol and Van Fleet on defense. KD's not really going to remedy that too much, I don't think. The glaring weakness for Golden State is the biggest strength right now for the Raptors. It's that front court. Steve Kerr's got to do something about Marc Gasol and got to do something about Siakam. Now, Siakam going to be hitting all those shots? I don't know. But he can. Marc Gasol, is he going to be hitting all those shots? I don't know. But he can. And this series will be over quickly if Steve Kerr can't find a way to respond to what is being laid down in front of his team in the finals for the first time ever in the finals, which is a dominating front court attacking Golden State. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what changes Steve Kerr does. I think whoever wins the next game is going to win the series. I think it's going to be Toronto. Although I would like, I'm pulling for Golden State, especially Clay, who I'm liking more and more. But from a DNA standpoint, I don't see Golden State being able to solve that puzzle. So I think it's going to be Toronto in 7. I think the series will be more competitive than game 1. I think Golden State found a little bit of rhythm at the end of the game, which should help them. I don't think they'll get as many turnovers. They were clearly rusty in the first quarter. The games will be a lot closer. I think it's going to come down to Gasol. To be honest, if Gasol is free to roam on defense and clog passing lanes and shoot open threes, and Siakam can piggyback off of that, it's a wrap. So we'll see what happens. I still got Raptors in 7, but I want to see a good series. I'm willing to give Golden State a pass for game 1. It's only game 1. I don't want to blow anything out of proportion. I'm not going to say much. However, there are some definite things that the Golden State Warriors have to figure out and adjust to. And whether or not they can make the adjustments, that's going to determine the validity and value and quality of the series. So we'll see what happens. I'm eager for it. I'm looking forward to game 2 in Toronto. I'm sure you are too. Let's see what happens. I think it's going to be, might be the best game in the series. We'll see. That having been said, the Swamee's out. The Swamee has spoken.